Hey guys, in today's video we are going to talk about what role does a product manager play in daily stand-up meeting and what's expected out of it. If you're interested in that, keep watching. Now next up after the sprint plannings are the daily stand-up meeting, virtually also. So this is where they get in a room and discuss for 15 minutes on how's the progress of the sprint, like are the tickets moving forward or is the team facing any challenges. So they basically discuss the status of it. Now the type of questions which you could possibly ask here is if there is a problem, like for example, there is a 3-pointer user story and you are at almost the last day of the sprint and still that 3-pointer story is not finished. So the question you could ask is like, why is this story taking so much time? Because by definition 3-pointer should ideally not take. This is not an acquisition. This is an opportunity for you as a PM and the engineers to ponder upon what exactly happened in this case. Are there some scenarios which we didn't think of when we were refining the user stories? What challenge are we facing? Was the environment down for some time? So you have to discuss all those things. So this is only going to help you plan better the next time. So these are all the questions that a PM could probably ask the engineers whenever they are in the daily stand-up meetings. Now to provide a little more clarity and a full 360-degree view of it, here are the 7 things that a product manager should take care whenever they are part of the daily stand-up meetings. The first one, providing updates on the product vision and strategy. So as a product manager, it's very important that you are utilizing this time, even if it's just 15 minutes every day. You are utilizing this time to effectively communicate with the engineers and make them aware of how your product strategy has changed, how the vision has evolved over time, because we do not want to work in a team wherein engineers are just building the stuff what you have told them to without giving them a full picture of what's out there in the market. So I think it's important that product managers utilize this time, communicate and provide all of that information to the engineers. Obviously it's not going to happen every day, but whenever it does, I think it is PM's responsibility to make sure that they are delivering that information so that everybody understands what the vision is, everybody understands where the product strategy currently stands. And the second is the sharing progress and updates, which is quite obvious. So it doesn't have to be like a one-way communication. It's not a meeting wherein you are just sitting idle and expecting engineers to tell what they did yesterday, what they will do today and stuff like that. It's also an opportunity for you as a product manager to share any progress updates with them. For example, you could be working on something that's related to what the team is developing. So you could update them. Okay, this is where I am at. These are the days it will take me to get this particular stuff done and how is it going to impact your timeline. So I think it should be a two-way street wherein both the parties, the development team and the product manager, are utilizing this time to share the progress and share the updates so that it's a teamwork. It's not wherein they are telling you something because you have that authority over them, because that's not the case. Everybody is working as a team here and you want to make sure that you are doing your bit as a product manager to provide any updates or progress that you have been making on your end while they are developing that product feature. Now number 3 is clarifying requirements and priorities. So it does seem a little obvious because the role of a product manager revolves around requirements as far as the engineering team is concerned. Like for them, you are that person who's going to answer any question related to requirements and the priorities. So this time needs to be utilized effectively. So suppose the team is building out a couple of features, the sprint is going well, but you have identified a case wherein the priority needs changing a bit. Maybe this is something that we want to pull in because there has been a production bug that came and support has told it to you and it's very important to fix it because its impact is quite high and stuff like that. So I think the priority change information is something that you have to communicate. Or if engineers, while they are developing that feature, if they have any question regarding requirements, you should be present to answer them. So you need to be very much present in the meeting and make sure you are contributing your bit and everybody is working together as a team. So this point is really important as well. The reason I'm emphasizing on clarifying requirements because it's not the case that once the story is refined and the development team started working on it, then you just vanish in thin air. That should not be the case. You are present there for them every day because as and when they are developing stuff, they will have more questions. Quite obvious. It's not that you refine the stories and then it's just developed and no one can have any question. It's a sin to ask any question. That's not the case. So you need to be present for the team team to be able to answer any questions related to requirements which have already been refined, or the requirements which even do not exist now but developer has heard it from someone. So you need to be present for the team to be able to answer these questions. Now the fourth point is gathering feedback and insights. Yes, this is a meeting wherein engineers are primarily providing the updates on what progress has been made on the development of that feature, but it's also an opportunity for a product manager, for you as a product manager, to gather the feedback and insights from them. Like, how is the development going? Are they facing any challenges while doing it? Do they need any other team's help to build this particular thing? So you need to be very active in this meeting. Keep your eyes and ears open in this meeting, that you are aware of what's happening. So your role is not just that yes, the user story is moving from the sprint backlog into development, into testing, into review. Your role is to understand where it stands and if anyone is blocked with anything. So gathering all of that feedback from developers and insights from them, and gathering and deriving insights from them, I think that's going to be very beneficial for you as a product manager. Now the fifth point is collaborating with cross-functional teams. So as I said, like, you are a person who is sitting as a shield for the engineering team. So if they have any help that they need from any other team, or they have any question that they need an answer from another team, so you should be that middleman and try to get that answer. So that cross-functional team collaboration is something that you need to initiate. Obviously you initiate and then developers themselves will take it forward. You don't have to make decisions on their behalf, but you should make sure that if there is anything that they need help with from an external person who's not part of the team, then you are able to arrange for that meeting, or you are able to drive that meeting in some cases if it is required. So be present for the team in this scenario as well. Sixth point is adjusting priorities and making the decisions. So I think I speak a lot about this in my videos, that product managers should be very good at decision making. Why? Because in daily stand-up meetings, realistically, there are a lot of cases wherein you have to make decisions on the spot. So it could be because the priorities have changed, it could be because something got de-scoped and it doesn't really matter now because of the way user is behaving, because of the way business wants it now. There could be any number of reasons, but you should be in a place wherein you are able to reprioritize if required and make those decisions on the fly. Like, every time you cannot say that, let me do my research, I'll get back to you after 3 weeks. You cannot say that. You need to be able to provide that information, if not immediately, maybe within a day or within at least 1 or 2 days, because there are people waiting for your decision to move forward. So I think that's going to be really important as well. Now last but not the least is the point wherein you need to make sure you are identifying the risks and addressing all those issues. So as I mentioned earlier, you need to be very close with the development. You are not just listening in just to make sure that the ticket is moving across the board. You need to understand what challenges the teams are facing, and from that you'll be able to derive if there is any risk to the delivery, because product manager's responsibility is to make sure the product gets delivered on time. And if you think that there are any risks that could crop up based on how the development is progressing or based on any external factors, I think you need to be in a position to identify those risks and probably recommend solutions for that, and make sure that all the stakeholders are in loop on that particular thing. So I think these 7 things are going to be really beneficial for you as a product manager. So daily stand-up meeting is not just another meeting wherein you are just listening and doing your own work, and if someone asks you like, oh, what's that question for me? So don't do that. Be very active in this particular meeting. It's an opportunity for you to delve inside how the development is happening and build that relationship with the engineering team. So definitely make use of it. If you are new to this role, here is a word of caution for you. So as I'm repeating in every step, that noticing and learning applies here as well. So don't go in on the first day and start questioning engineer, why this is not done, why that is not done. Don't do that. So just observe for some time on, if it's a 3-pointer, how much time is it taking for this engineer? Because a 3-pointer can be done in 2 days by one engineer, whereas a 3-pointer story can be done in 5 days by another engineer. So it really depends on a lot of factors. So that's why you have to notice what the skill set of each team member is, what challenges are they facing, and then basically learn on top of it. Now the reason we are repeatedly talking about it is because we want to work with the engineers in a collaborative fashion. Like, it's not you're not opposites, you're on the same team. So the way we talk with engineers, I think that should be communicative and that should be respectful in a way that you are asking all these questions so as to make the processes better, so as you as a PM can learn better on how the team operates. So make sure whenever you are asking questions at whatever stage, don't be authoritative, be cordial liberal in asking questions so that everybody understands why the questions are being asked, and it's effectively for the benefit of the entire team. Now that brings me to the end of this video. You now need to ask yourself whether you are utilizing your daily stand-up meetings actively or not, or you're just passing time. So do that self-assessment now and you will know the answer. If there's anything else, if you would like to provide your insight into something that you've been doing and I am not aware of because it's not part of the list that I just mentioned, do let me know via comments. Otherwise, I'm going to see you all next week. Bye bye.